Welcome back to the Bako Motorsports Power Hour, brought to you by Bakersfield, California. Now joined by Steve Hughes, and we're also got the race doctor. Dr. Mike Mosier is in the house. Actually, everyone gets honorary doctorates in this facility.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you spend time with Vance Palm, and I
Yes.
know all of you guys have, that's what you're doctor.
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 Well, I've got my BS and BS. So
We were just talking about the Bugatti that ran down.
that was cool. Yeah. I woke up in a new Bugatti, actually. Now that was that cool or what?
That was very cool. And
Yeah.
we were talking about the most expensive cars that have run down different tracks, and a fully outfitted late model. Those are what, $60,000-$70,000 in that range.
Sure. Yeah.
But a $1 million car you don't see every day.
No, and I hear that money Floyd Mayweather bought 3 more after.
3 more.
No way.
You sheep bought that fight. What was it? 4.4 million.
Well, I didn't
pay-per-views on that
I didn't
deal.
buy that fight because I just followed it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And apparently that was more exciting than the actual fight.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah. So it was $99, right? 4.4 million. So you do the math. There's a little cut there.
It's interesting talking about fighting just for a quick second.
Okay.
Someone shared the full video, or at least the major highlights of the Rumble in the Jungle, between Ali and Foreman. And I tell you what,
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
No.
I mean, just the audacity of Ali, unbelievable. Yeah. And there's nothing like it even in sports today, as far as the personalities and the characters. And
I mean, they say boxing is dead, but when 4.4 million people, do the pay-per-view on that deal, it's not dead.
Exactly.
They both walked away. I mean, Pacquiao came home yesterday to Manila, Philippines to a hero's welcome. Yeah, he lost, but he didn't lose.
Yeah.
There's a few people in San Diego that have filed a lawsuit against him. I know that for that, but that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they rematch or not.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are coming off a big weekend and a lot going on. We had the SRL S2 races there.
Yeah.
And apparently
it was the weekend for twins.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to apologize. I don't know why this got in the paper, but I'll stand corrected since I'm the man in charge here.
Sure.
But Johnny Butler did win.
Johnny Butler did win.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we had that in the
Dylan
paper.
Garner did not win. I caught that just yesterday as well. But
I think
Stephen Lynch still did a great article on the race night.
I think we got a correction in the paper, so I hope that's hopefully Johnny. We apologize.
Yeah.
So
and what a great finish that was to that second race. I mean, wow, it was unbelievable. 3 wide for about 7 or 8 laps, and then he just kind of run out of real estate there going into turn number 3, and they made contact. But those cars are so tough, those S2s. I mean, talk about a Timex for a race car. I mean, those things take a licking and keep on ticking. I mean, the top 3 were basically taken out. Corey Elliott was able to maintain the lead, but with some pretty serious front end damage. But Johnny Butler came back and won the race after smacking the wall in turn 3 pretty hard. Wow. So yeah, it was a great run.
So what when in that SRL series you have the S2. What category? What is that? What is the difference in the division and class
between the S2 and the SRL?
Yeah.
Well, the SRL series, Southwest Tour Series, is a full on late model style car.
Okay.
They do still run perimeter frame cars instead of a straight rail car. But the S2 is basically, it could be an entry-level division. It can also, it's kind of like the Legends. If you can imagine the Legends where you have some young up-and-comers, you also have some veterans in there, and you also have guys that are just weekend racers, man, looking for a kind of a value to go racing. Dave Lowenstein, he even, was featured in that article by Jason Galvin, said, if you stand 100 feet away from my hauler, he's got a stacker and a full-size stacker. It looks like a Cup team.
Yeah.
And when those cars roll out of there, they look like the cars of tomorrow, when they first came out with the big wing on the back and all that. And he says that, for my wife and I, Kern is his wife, they race together and travel with the S2 series. We feel like we're Cup racers,
right.
And I think it's about $26,000 for a turnkey car.
Oh, right. So it's pretty affordable for a lot of them.
It's affordable racing for that weekend racer, but it's also a feeder division for the SRL Southwest Tour and other late model style divisions throughout the Western United States.
Let me show a few of these photos that we had because we had some great stuff. And I noticed that we had Amanda Perryman shooting. By the way, we're going to do the Grumpy Griff here at noon.
Okay.
And we'll talk more about that.
Now, where is Griff?
He is in Idaho. His daughter's graduating from
That's right.
University of Idaho this week.
Congratulations.
So he's very excited.
Wow.
And I think they're bringing her back to Bakersfield.
Well, wonderful.
This summer.
Great.
Coming up with you guys is the Whelen Engineering Night. To the races tonight or this weekend,
Right.
And then you're off for Memorial Day weekend. But this is
Yeah.
gonna be a big weekend with the Pro Late models and the NASCAR Spec Mods and Super Stocks, Mini Stocks, Bandoleros, and our favorite, the 911 series.
Yeah, man, 6 divisions on a Saturday night. You know, it's $15 to get in. And this weekend, we're offering something special for the kids. It's getting close to summer, so we're giving away a boys and a girls bike on Saturday night.
nice.
So they go and just get a raffle ticket for free there, and then just kind of wait for the number to get called, and we'll give those away this Saturday night. Really happy to have Whelen Engineering, which is the title sponsor of the NASCAR Whelen Weekly Racing Series.
Okay.
If you folks that don't know what Whelen Engineering is, if you've ever seen a flashing light on a tow truck or a pace car or a cop car, they make those lights. They make the light sirens and the flashing lights and all that. That's what Whelen Engineering does.
So Hall Ambulance really supports.
Oh,
it quite
absolutely. Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
Well. We got some great pictures here these, from Tom Mock and from Amanda Perryman. And I'm going to have to track down Rex Emerson at some point and get his stuff in here too.
He's easy to get a hold of.
Yeah.
Just like him on Facebook.
I like him on Facebook. I
Yeah.
share his stuff. He does a great job.
There's those S2s. Now, doesn't that look like a car of tomorrow when they first came out?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks just like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is Eric Richardson.
Eric,
who we
yes.
have another photo of later on. And this is Corey Elliott.
Correct.
In his car, and Brian Richardson, who had a win for you guys on the night. Buddy Shepard, who is Griff broke some news about he's going to be racing in a K&N West race.
Wonderful.
Yes.
For who? That's all right. No, that's all right. Effort that information. I'm surprised the race doctor didn't know.
Yes,
no, I haven't heard that.
He will be racing in Shasta
Speedway up north
later this month, I think.
Wonderful.
And,
that is great news.
Former Bakersfield. The car is owned by a former Bakersfield resident. I'll find the information here in a second.
Okay.
Amanda Perryman, kind of become our. I'm gonna hire her, by the way. Just
Are you?
Just to do graduations. She's so dependable.
Yeah.
It's great. Doing a great job. But look at this. What happened here?
Well, right before our final main event last Saturday night, we had the S2 number 2 twin that kind of resulted in that contact, maybe a little bit of debris that wasn't picked up. And Eric Richardson, going into that night, last Saturday night, was our points leader. And, of course, he wins late model main event number 1 to extend that points lead. But then on lap number 3 of late model main event number 2, cuts a left front tire and kisses the wall pretty good. A little bit of suspension damage. They bent the front end of the frame about 1/8 of an inch, so not too much damage there. Eric was okay. Walked away quickly, not even any soreness or anything, but he's on the brakes hard there. But that left front cut down, dropped it right to the racetrack. You see, it was a spark show, man, going into the apex of 3 and 4.
And then this is the
senior mini dwarfs. Yeah,
senior mini dwarfs. Got more mini dwarfs.
I think that's the juniors. Yeah.
Okay. And
that Myers clan, that 86 car. Yeah.
Madison, Mallory.
Mallory and Madison.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe Mallory is the younger sister to Maddie.
Right.
Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go look at the highlights we've got. Okay.
Oh,
Chris?
really? We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do
all right.
Let's get highlights.
Okay.
Show some video here.
Well, we're going to kick things off with that late model main event number 1. Those 2 summer ripe cars on the front row, side by side. Now, your Budweiser pole qualifier was that number 4 of Eric Richardson, but Brian Richardson able to jump out to an early lead. And then we're going to see a caution here for the number 51 of Racing Vernon. You see early on, like we usually go caution free in these late model main events, and then there's Cole Adamo spinning out. And then on that restart on the outside, Mike Mosier and I know on that outside, that RPM run on that big high bank there at Kern County Raceway gives the lead, actually earned the lead, the 44 of Eric Richardson, and it was on cruise control from there. He wins his 3rd main event of 2015 in the NASCAR late models at KCRP. Up next, the S2s, 3 wide into turn number 1 on that initial start. Very exciting. These cars are so identical. They're identically prepared. There is some adjustability in them, but the engines are the same. They use that Hoosier tire, that I think it's F50, S50. But there was Corey Elliott with the move of the race going to the inside to get his 2nd win in the SRL S2 Series. Back-to-back, actually. He won in April when they were here as well. This race was all about the 07 of Cale McClinney. Lapped the field. I believe he completed the 20 laps. Everybody else, 17 laps. So he was on a rail. But I will say this. Those other racers, I'm so proud that they're coming out. everybody's a beginner this year in that junior mini dwarf class. Great race here in the senior mini dwarfs between Kersey Young and the 17 and that number 25 car of, let me get it. I got it right here. I know I've got it. He's going to really hurt me if I don't get the name right. Lane McDonald. Lane McDonald back and forth with Kersey Young, but late in the race, Kersey wins her second main event of the year. So congratulations to her. Bandoleros, I love this division.
I do too. It's fun to watch to me. And this was a good story.
And Cheyenne Flippo, right from the get-go, drop of the green flag, pulls away as she did just 2 weeks ago, only this time did not make that mistake in turns 3 and 4 and gets her first ever win at Kern County Raceway. Congratulations to that young lady.
Got a
great job.
Great picture from Amanda of her, winning that race. Just the look on her face is fantastic.
Yeah, she was definitely excited. But Sitco Night at the Races was absolutely fantastic, and then it continues. We had 8 main events that night, and this was a really good one here. Fast Eddie Garoni in the 31 car jumps out to an early lead, but that number 7 of Tony Mangini, who had been to KCRP many, many times without a victory. And there's the power move, muscles his way to the lead late in the race and leads the last 5 laps to steal the win away from the 31 of Fast Eddie Garoni. There he is, doing a little burnout on the winner's circle. Oh, yeah, I'll have to have that thing repainted.
Quickly. Well, that was from the whatchamacallits that were there.
The drifters, and, you know, it doesn't matter. The late models, they'll do burnouts on my pristine white victory lane. And here we go. Johnny Butler out to an early lead in SRL S2 main event number 2. And then the cream would rise to the top with the 97 of Dylan Garner and the 29 of Corey Elliott. Battling side by side, but then Nastasia Dodd backs it into turn number 2.
She was okay, right?
She was okay. Oh, and there's the big event right there at the end of the race. They were 3 wide for about 5 laps. Exciting racing. And I'll tell you what, on this restart, I thought Elliott had it, but that damage to the right side nose of that 29 car just really took a lot of downforce off the front end of that race car and allowed Johnny Butler to get the win in the number 59 car, his first win in the SRL S2 series.
And he definitely let us know that.
Yeah,
we messed it
many,
up. So.
many times. Yeah, yeah. Main event number 2 for the NASCAR late models at KCRP. Chris Dalton's going to lead lap number 1, but he's got the big red one, that number 4 of Brian Richardson powering to the inside to make a pass on the number 5 DC's RV Center car. So early on there, even though he did lead lap number 1, then lap number 3 right here, this is where, as you can see, Eric had plenty of time to get the car woed up and just, I mean, it was a hard hit, but could have been a lot worse if it would have been that right front instead of that left front tire going down. There it is in slow motion. Yeah. But the car will be fixed and ready to go back for our May 30th show at Kern County Raceway for the NASCAR late models. And getting his second win of 2015, Brian Richardson crosses the start-finish line and unofficially takes over the late model points lead from his cousin Eric.
Great stuff for sure. And coming up this weekend, we got more, and with Wheeling Engineering Night.
Yeah, I tagged that commercial on the back side of that of the highlights. Pretty smart thinking there. Right?
Real quick, let's get to some results here. Okay. SRL Main 2, main number 1 is Corey Elliott was your winner over Johnny Butler, and Dylan Garner was there. And Dodd, who had the crash in the second race, I mean, she was right there in 4th.
Yep.
And here is your how old is Corey Elliott?
What is he, 14?
I think he just turned 15.
I think he just turned 15.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the second race, Johnny Butler was your winner over Corey Elliott, and we mentioned the damage to the car. But Johnny Butler here in this picture from Amanda Perryman, he was definitely excited about that win. And again, apologies on the mess up in the paper. I love this next photo, Cheyenne Flippo with the win over Cabe McClenny and Kiersey Young. But look at this shot here.
Yeah,
that just says it all.
That's a good one.
Love it. It makes me smile. I know I've got a chance to meet her. She's a great kid. Her brother is gigantic.
Well, he didn't used to be.
No.
And when you say gigantic, he's just tall. He's just growing.
What was
he,
about
boy.
5'7" a year ago, and now he's like 6'3".
I remember him getting out of his mini dwarf when I'd interview him at the Speedway, at the Bakersfield Speedway, getting out of that mini dwarf, and he would come up to here. And then now I have to look up to him to talk to him.
Yeah, great kid.
And you know what he calls me when he sees me at the track? Hey, Shorty, what's going on? Dirty dog.
Late models, Brian Richardson was the winner over Buddy Shepard. Lance Wilson in 3rd. We'll update those other results in the first race later. And there is Mr. Richardson with
Great
the win.
job.
Legends, Tony Mangini with
what
the win.
What a race that was.
Yeah, that was good. That's to be interesting to see how how many guys win this win races out of this, through the season, because it's one of those ones where, because you look at Garrett Fine is always up there, Tyler Bannister, they're going to break through at some point.
And Tyler Bannister, what a great run. He had come off of back-to-back championships in the INX Bandoleros, now moving up into the Legends. And talking to him on Friday night during practice, I said, man, how's the car? Are you feeling more comfortable? He says, I'm comfortable. I love the way the car handles. He says, the first couple of races, we had basically a rookie setup in the car. I drove it to the limit on that rookie setup. I couldn't go any faster. Now we've advanced the setup a little bit, and it really showed with a top 5 finish for Tyler on Saturday night.
Okay, moving on to the mini dwarfs. Or there's Mr. Mangini with the win, and
his first win at KCR.
That's right, first win there. Cale McClenny with his second win.
Abigail Rogers, good job. Mallory Myers, Tristan Pettit, Haley Whittington. Those all great kids. All great kids.
And there he is. There.
I want to see that guy smile a little bit, Cale.
And in the senior mini dwarf, Kiersey Young, as you mentioned, with the win over Braylon Whittington, Reese Armstrong, Sonny Simpkins, and Seth Wise there in your top 5.
Yeah.
And there's Kiersey, and looking good. So there you go. Thanks a lot for everything. Get out there this weekend and enjoy Wheeling Racing.
Wheeling Engineering Night at the races,
We'll
presented by Jack FM. We're giving away some bikes. Should be a great night of racing action. 6 divisions. We'll have a good time out there.
All right, we're going to get to a break. We're going to get Bakersfield Speedway coming up next. We'll get perspectives from Scott Schweitzer and the race doctor coming up after these messages.
Nice.